Welcome to this week's vlog. The main focus is going to be to make sure that the designs get done. So, gotta find a design of the t-shirts. Gotta find a designer that's worthy of that name for the rash guards too. Also, gotta find a factory, which we're gonna use. Not sure exactly where we're going to get everything set up, whether in Asia and Europe. And voila, I'll leave you to it. Today is Wednesday the 16th of July. It's currently 12:19 p.m. and I wanted to start this video with a heartfelt message. Although I worked on Monday and Tuesday and I filmed the first short, I'll get back to that a little bit later. I wanted to be transparent and say that I haven't filmed anything for this vlog. It would be very easy for me to lie and to backdate the footage, this kind of stuff, but the whole point of this journey is being transparent and showing what it really entails. And what it really entails is sometimes falling off the plan. In this case, falling off the plan is just getting busy with other stuff. The main point is creating a brand which took precedent over filming, but the reality is I missed my commitment of filming a little bit every day for the vlog. So here we are. So getting back to what we actually did. First of all, big victory is a strong word, but we finally put out the first reels on all the major platforms, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts. Haven't been getting a lot of tractions, but then again, what are we expecting for the first videos? That's the first thing we've been doing. One, filming the shorts. It was a hell of a headache. I took an hour and a half, fucking 40-second short. It was outrageous. Second of all, other than posting that, I've been working very hard on all the design stuff because the next step is going to be finalizing all the designs, whether it be the logo, which is done. It's currently with the designer to be vectorized. Second of all is the actual designs for the clothing. The first collection has to come out as soon as possible. Yeah, that's been kind of a challenging situation, as any aspiring brand owner or designer knows, because on the one hand you have this idea and what you want to do, and on the other hand there's what you can do and what the designer comes back with, and then the modifications, and then the idea is not exactly what you expected. I mean, yeah, it's been challenging. Obviously, when I say challenging, it has to be taken with a grain of salt, but then again, we've been working hard on that. Other than creating the logo, I've spent the last 2 days contacting suppliers, and I think I've finally found a good option. So I'll keep you posted whenever that materializes or not. Today is Friday the 18th, and these last 2 weeks have been they've been tiring. We've been working hard when it comes to content, but also and most importantly when it comes to the brand. So just to update all of you, in regards to content, we've been thinking about the strategy going forward, and I'm not sure we're going to continue with the vlog type of content, just because when you look at prominent figures in the industry and their vlogs, it's always very interesting. They're always on first class flights, then they have boardroom meetings, and yeah, they've been doing content for a while, and I mean, it looks good, it sounds good, it's interesting, it's varied. In my case, it's much less appealing for the viewer, I would imagine, because to be honest, all I do is stay home and work. I work sitting on my bed. I work sitting on the floor. I work on chairs. I work from my apartment, and I don't really go out. I go out to my day job. I go out to train. I go out to get supplies for whatever we need and whatever we're doing at the moment, if need be. But to be honest, it's not an interesting or an exciting life. So I'm not sure we're going to continue in that sense. I think maybe it could be beneficial for me to do more of a talking head type of content and more varied stuff. Maybe next week we'll do a deep dive on the systems and processes I'm putting in place. maybe a presentation from my computer. Yeah, not sure yet. It's still a work in progress, but I think this vlog type of content is not the most interesting. But we won't be ruling it out. I'm supposed to go to London in a few weeks, so this could be a good opportunity to try this vlog format in a little bit more of an interesting setting, let's just say. Second of all, when it comes to the brand in itself, it's been it's been chaotic because we were thinking of going full-blown MMA niche before going into more of a lifestyle brand. In the end, maybe we'll go in a more generalized apparel type of brand from the very beginning, because the strategy is a bit different. As I was saying, the strategy is a bit different. Content has become a pillar of anything, to be honest. Any brand, any business has content as one of its pillars nowadays. Continuing with our content creation misadventures, I had no space left on the SD card, so here I am, back a few minutes later. Not sure where I left off. Regardless, the supplier question is the main thing at the moment. I've been contacting a bunch of suppliers for the past few days, and the focus has changed because obviously in our situation, content creation and the brand both go hand in hand. So what we're going to do is that we're going to be working with a supplier that's based in Europe, so we can go and visit the factory for a few reasons. One, quality control. Obviously, when you're a big brand and you have time to vet or you have connections with people who have worked with a particular manufacturer before, you don't really have to worry. But as a small brand, one, we don't have the budget to spare. Two, we don't have the time to waste. Meaning that, for example, if we found a company in Vietnam who could do our caps or t-shirts or whatever, it takes a long time. It takes about a month for each sample to come, between sending it, manufacture, and then receiving it. It takes about a month minimum, which means that if there's anything wrong with the sample or anything we'd like to modify, it's another month we have to tack onto it. And speed is the name of the game. So what we're going to do is that we're going to find a supplier in Europe. We've narrowed it down to 2 per item. We'll make the final decision once we receive the detailed budget, timeframes, etc. But we've got some good options. It's obviously more expensive than Asia. Nevertheless, what it's going to allow us to do is that we're going to be able to go and visit the factories, make sure that the quality is perfect, and make sure that we can present a product which, one, we're proud of, and two, the customers will be happy with. Especially as a first collection, because, well, yeah, you make a wrong first impression, I'm not gonna say you're fucked, but no bueno. So yeah, we're going to go in that direction, which changes the plans a little bit, because obviously we had different price point we would sell the items at, etc., just to make sure we break even. So yeah, all of this is an evolving thing. The other thing is hitting the wall of reality, in the sense that as someone who doesn't have a background in design, I have an idea of what looks good, and who says they have bad taste? And who am I to say I have good taste? Nevertheless, I do think I can understand what good looking is and what good taste would look like. But it's harder to translate it from what's in my mind to the apparel in itself. So this has been a bit of a challenge too. And also another thing is, even if it does translate well, and even if it would look well on a t-shirt, for example, it's very hard to imagine it when you just see a 2D mock-up design on a screen. So yeah, that's been a bit of a challenge. And yeah, the last thing is obviously content, because you're watching this video. So the point is to try and find things which would be interesting to watch as a consumer, but also be authentic. And it's kind of a hard balance. It's kind of a hard balance to strike, because obviously I'm not going to invent shit, and maybe I should, to be honest. But I'm not going to, I don't know, pretend that I'm doing XYZ, because I'm not. I'm literally just working. I wake up 6:30 every morning, work. I get a coffee, I work. When I'm finished with working, I eat a little something, I go to work. When I come back from work, either I go training or I work some more. And yeah, and I mean, I've hit upon that in 1 or 2 minutes ago, but it's quite a challenge. So I'll try to see how best I can articulate all this. And one last twist in the story is that next Thursday I'm getting LASIK, which means that for 10 days I won't be able to look at a screen, which complicate things even more, because I'm going to have to delegate some things to other people to make sure that they can still get done. Nevertheless, there are some things which I can't outsource. For example, the finalized version of the designs. If there's any corrections, I need to have the final say on it, which means that I need the contractor to finish the work before next Thursday, which isn't a guarantee. So yeah, I mean, once again, it's a surgery and I can't change the timing of it. But it's more things where you lose a few days and then you have to get them back, and even so, I'm gonna be bored out of my mind. I've been working for the past 2 weeks like a madman, and waking up early and doing that pretty much all day. And all of a sudden for 10 days, I'm not going to be able to do much at all. So yeah, bit of a gut wrench, but it is what it is. Anyways, I'll try to use that time productively and think of ways I can make this content interesting, and ways to make sure I can make it a pleasurable experience to watch these videos. We've come back full circle. Today's the last day of the vlog. It's currently 5:15 on a Sunday, and we did a lot of progress this week. Not much concerning the content. Wasn't able to film much. I had a lot to do when it comes to the brand in itself. Confirmed which supplier we're going to be using when it comes to the caps. Got a designer which is working at the moment on the designs of the t-shirts and the hoodies. Also contacted a bunch of manufacturers for t-shirts and hoodies, trying to centralize everything as much as possible. Nevertheless, we made a bunch of progress. We're going relatively fast. Obviously, we're never satisfied with the amount of work that's being done, and we would like to get more results and for things to go faster, but relatively speaking, things are going pretty well. Next week is going to be quite a short week. I'm getting my eyes operated on Thursday, so I'm going to be doing a bunch of work, but also a bunch of content between Monday and Wednesday. I've also got work, so it's going to be a fast-paced week, as all weeks have been since we started this project. Kind of feeling a bit tired right now. It's early mornings, late nights, a bunch of stuff to do between training, paying the bills, spending time with family. I mean, it's a fast-paced life. I'll try to make a deep dive next week on one or two aspects, whether it be suppliers, or maybe I can present to you exactly how I'm choosing the colors for the different products we're going to be making. I'll try to think of something a little more stimulating than always me sitting or standing somewhere in the house. And make sure it can be an enjoyable experience. So I'll try to present things in a certain way which can be interesting to view, and document the parts which I'm not sure many people are documenting, the nuts and bolts of it. Anyways, if ever you're watching, and even more so if you're still watching, bless you, bless your heart, and you know where to find us. Looking forward to seeing you next week.